Hi, guys. It's Mrs. Santiago here to talk about the Spanish sentence structure. So, before we go over these notes and talk about the practice, let's get rid of our table of contents. We are on Chapter 1, page 45, Sentence Structure, Notes, and Practice. Okay, I'm going to eliminate that and make the page big enough so that you can see what I'm talking about. So the first part is explaining Spanish sentence structure. So let's look at the box first where the girl is eating the hot dog, and you can see that this is English. So she ate a hot dog. So subject plus verb plus the information. The information can be a description or a statement or further information about the verb that's happening. So it's a simple format, subject plus verb plus information. She, subject, verb, ate, information, a hot dog. It's the object receiving the action, but for now, we're just going to call it information. And then below by the arrow, you can see it says the verb is conjugated to match the person doing the action. And we talked about that word. Conjugation means to change the verb to match the person doing the action. So that's English in the box. And over to the right, we have la oración simple en español. So a simple sentence in Spanish. Partes de la oración simple. So oración, think about an orator or is a person that speaks. So an oración is a sentence. Parts of a simple sentence. So we've got the subjecto, Ana, that's your subject. Estudia, studies, the verb. And then español, what does she study? That's the information. The next one, we have a sujeto, el niño, and then the verb. Here's our verb ser that we're working on right now, es, and then the information, creativo. So the boy is creative. Subject, verb, information. Up above, Ana estudia español. Subject, verb, information. So that's the simple sentence structure that we're going to be working with. So Spanish sentence structure is easy to understand because it's similar to the English pattern that we saw above. Subject, verb, information. So in this little practice, underneath the notes, we're going to identify the subject, the verb, and the information from the following sentences. So number one, the sentence is, Héctor es de Puerto Rico. What is the subject? Well, the subject is the person doing the action. So here that would be Hector. So you're going to write in the subject, Hector. The verb, here remember that the verb ser isn't a fancy verb. It's not jumping, screaming, or running. It's a connecting verb or a linking verb. So here we have it, es. Okay, that is the verb, es. And now it says underline the information. So I'm going to go back to the original. I shouldn't have underlined these. So I'll get rid of the underline in the circle. And it says, and underline the information that's left. So the information that's left is de Puerto Rico. So you can do 2 and 3, identify the subject and the verb, and then underline the information. Now, the second one is asking us to use the pattern, subject, verb, information to create good sentences from these words. So this is kind of like a word scramble. So it says, somos de mi familia y yo, Canada. So if we think about the subject, verb, information, we're going to take the subject first, which in this is the people doing the action. So we're going to write that first, mi familia y yo. What is the subject? Mi familia y yo. Cross that off. I've used it. Now I need the verb. Which one of those is the verb? Canada, de, or somos? Well, if you said somos, you are correct. Matches nosotros, which is mi familia y yo. Now, do we go Canada de or de Canada? Okay, mi familia y yo somos de Canada. Okay, so we unscrambled to make a decent quality Spanish sentence. So you've got one left to do, number 2 for practice. Now, right below this, we have the workbook page from our textbook. So this is subjects and verbs in sentences. So you should be reading that. The subject of a sentence is the person, place, or thing being described or performing an action. It can be a proper noun like Juan or a pronoun like nosotros. Examples. El señor Garza es profesor de español. Mr. Garza is a Spanish teacher. Él es de España. He is from Spain. Second bullet. The verb is the action the subject is performing or the word that connects the subject to a description. And again, here they're saying connects because we know ser is a linking verb. Alicia es estudiante. Alicia is a student. Yo soy de México. I am from Mexico. So here they're specifically using ser. Bullet number 3. In Spanish, the subject can be left out if it's clear who or what is being described. And although this is true, we're not ready to leave out the subject, so I'm just going to cross that third bullet off for right now. So here we are, okay, what we just did above. Write section 10, you need to complete. Write the subject and the verb of each sentence on the lines that follow it. Yo soy Vicente. Subject, verb, information. This one's tricky because you want Vicente to be the subject, but he is not. His name is the information. He's introducing himself. So the subject is actually yo because it's subject, verb, information. The verb is soy. And if you underline the information, Vincent, his name is the information. So just remember that it's subject, verb, information. And that should help you figure out what is going on in each sentence. So that gives you dos, tres, cuatro, and cinco to finish. And once is what we modeled above. Unscramble each set of words to make a complete Spanish sentence. Capitalize letters and add punctuation where appropriate. So we've got de Javier, Mexico, es. So subject, verb, information. That's the order you should be going in. Okay, so we're going to start with the subject. Here the subject is the person. So Javier. Okay, what is the verb to match Javier? Because that has to go next. Soy, eres, es, somos, son. So he's one person. So it's the S word. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then you should know by now, right? De Mexico. Javier is from Mexico. And it models this up here, de Bolivia. My friend is from Bolivia. Okay, so you've got dos, tres, and cuatro to finish. All right, guys, I hope that has given you some more insight into the subject verb information format for Spanish sentences.